Okay guys, so here we are now. I want to give this piece a flare, like yeah, a flare. Let me say like a bell bottom, or like it would be flowing. First of all, let me increase it to the bottom, and then I'm going to give it fullness. So fullness is when I want it to be extremely flared, like a ball gown or whatever. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, I think I'm going to make this shorter because I want a ball gowny kind of thing. First of all, let me delete that. I can delete these, you know, I can delete them, same as here. Delete, and then, oh, don't simulate while this thing is still in the air. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it fullness. Here is how you get your fullness. Here we have fullness, so we have a fullness line and a fullness itself, fullness line. So I'm going to pick this side and this side, this side and this side, and it's going to come a menu like this, and you can choose either where are you starting or ending or both. You're going to see what I mean. So if I start to increase the fullness length like this, one side is going to increase. Hi guys, if you're enjoying this course, be sure to check out my course on Udemy. It's only $14. It's the masterclass for STYLE3D, and also I have a masterclass with connecting STYLE3D to Blender 3D. So be sure to check those courses out. I'm going to leave the link. Please, that's the only way you can support me, because I'm offering this here for free. So if you want to support me, go over there and buy my other courses. Thank you very much, and let's get back to learning. But if I say both, then you're going to see both sides like this. You see what I mean? You increase it to, let me say, if I said 90 or 180, you see it increased itself to 180. So let me say I want to sew this to the bottom. We'll do our segment sewing, and hold on, here in edit sewing, I forgot to show you guys. If you want to edit sew, you go to edit sewing. For example, I don't like this anymore. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to delete it. This part, it's not needed to be, I'm going to delete it. So let's say I wanted to extend this sewing, I would do this. Or if I wanted to move it, I can move it. So this is the edit sewing tool. Now let's sew here to here. And make sure the garment is not attaching itself to the, oh my gosh, to the oh, come on. Yeah. So you see the flare that we created, and that's how you can add fullness to your garment. Let me do the same for the back. I'm going to say copy and paste this one, and it's usually around. Yep. So let's sew from here to here and from here to here. And sometimes when the garment is doing this, right, there are some ways you can do, like you can say, if I say reset 2D garment, this is what will happen. And then also, if the avatar's pose is giving you a hard time, like for example, the dress I'm trying to do, the arms are going to distract the simulation, right? So I'm going to show you guys what you can do. To bring the front view. So let's change the pose. When you're changing the pose, make sure that you're simulating, you know, make sure it's over here simulating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to avatar, female, and I say pose because I want this pose. You know what, let's leave it alone because the dress is now okay. Oh, not at all. I think you can see the so you see, if I wanted to give this, like I'll say reset 2D pattern, and I'm going to bring it in. Because now you see the arms are not affecting anything. I'm going to say flip, and let me go back to the sewing and see if it's making sense. I'm going to delete the sewing, and I'm going to now you see there is no more distraction with the arms because we took the, let me do the same for the front, and then we won't have issues. But other than that, I can also sew the sides while it's still like this so that it doesn't confuse me later when I'm trying to sew when it's already draped on the avatar. So let's simulate. So one last thing before we go to the next class, to sometimes make your simulation faster, you can also strengthen the fabrics. For example, this, right? If I say strengthen, you can strengthen. Let's say if I wanted to freeze in place, I can freeze it in place, and then the simulation doesn't affect it. Even if I pick it up, it doesn't affect it. This one is usually done in pieces that are falling apart. If you, like, whenever you simulate and something is falling apart, then it's best that you freeze it. And also giving the avatar volume, the garment volume, you use to strengthen, unfreeze and strengthen. I don't usually use solidify, but I use a lot of unstrengthen and freezing. So let's unstrengthen that. You can also do that here. Once the pattern is picked, you can, yeah. Okay, so we are going to the next course. In the next class, we are going to learn about this panel here. This, the property editor panel, and then the properties themselves. So in the next one, we are going to use this panel here a lot. So find me in the next class. Bye.